I'm your host, Mateo Valenzuela, and I'm joined here today by two guests, Andres
Hello.
and Joseph.
Hello.
Georgia Clark, a Texas teacher at Carter Riverside High School, recently tweeted to Donald Trump on Twitter to remove the illegals, referring to the Hispanic students in your class, followed by many other racist tweets to the president. The teacher was voted unanimously by a Texas school board to be fired shortly after. When a teacher has a radical idea and wants to publicly voice that idea outside of school grounds, should they be punished for voicing their opinions when they have freedom of speech? Being a teenager in high school, how would you feel if a teacher showed discrimination towards you? This is SPOTcast. So, you guys think that the teacher should have been fired?
Personally, I believe the teacher should have been fired because we don't know the atmosphere in the classroom. For one, she could have been hostile towards towards those students before she even made those comments, and so frankly, we don't know the magnitude of her racism.
Yeah, so just saying she could have been racist like way before we have no idea what could have been going on before.
Yes.
So I see. And Joseph, what do you think?
I think she should be fired because imagine how she would make the school look, how bad of an influence she'll be to the school, and how the parents would act towards the principal, and how the principal would be looking at the perspective from him. And yeah.
So like, at what point do you think a teacher's private life should affect her career? Since this was done on social media, and it technically was her own account, had nothing to do with school. So when do you think a teacher should be punished for something like this?
I believe that there is a thin line between privacy and, of course, a career. For one, I believe that the teacher's comments were absurd, and I believe that she should have been penalized because she was referring to the students in her classroom. So even though there was no direct connection between the two, there was certainly a connection that was indirect.
I think she should be penalized about for what she said about the students. Because imagine if she said that about you, would you take it? How would you take it?
I see what you're saying. I definitely agree with both of you guys that she should have been penalized either way, whether inside or outside of school grounds. But do you think that her being fired was the only way for her to be punished? Do you think there could have been like any other way, that any other punishment that would have been acceptable?
I don't believe that there was any other punishment. I think the only possible alternative to this situation could have been that the school organized like a specialized class for this specific teacher to be like all white students. But again, that isn't really solving the problem. So I believe that her being fired was the perfect outcome out of the situation.
Like Andrew said, I would think her getting fired would be the perfect situation. If they were to put her in a classroom with just all white kids, how would that make the other kids feel?
Do you think teachers should even have access to social media?
Teachers should be having access to social media. I mean, it's their own private life, but I believe that they should keep their private life and career out of. I believe the teachers should keep their private life and career separate.
And you, Joseph, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the teachers should keep their private life separate from the kids, because what if the kids see something they don't like, they get other people involved with it.
I see. And if you guys were the ones if you guys were the students in the situation, what do you think, how would you have reacted?
I would have felt attacked, especially because I am her student, and we spend 8 hours together in a confined room. So if she's having these hostile feelings towards me, it would definitely make me feel bad. It would make me feel insecure about my culture and about my people. So I believe that this teacher should not be around students, especially those who come from a Hispanic background.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't feel comfortable in the room with her.
Well, thank you guys for joining me in this episode of SPOTcast. I would like to thank my two guests, Andres
Thank you for having me.
and Joseph.
Thank you for having me too.
For Spot 127, this is SPOTcast.